I have 5 people speak. I'm going to say a few words. Then Dr. Mayo, the superintendent, will say a few words. Pat Melton, who's executive director of New Haven Promise. Jack Healy of United Way, and then the Reverend Dr. Boise Kimber of First Calvary Baptist Church is going to say a few words. About a month ago, I had an amazing experience. I was one of about 215 volunteers who showed up at about 1,500 front doors in the city of New Haven, reaching out to kindergartners. Extraordinary to be with principals and teachers of these kids who went out and knocked on doors and engaged parents about whether they were ready for school and how they could help them and how they can be part of the school community. It's part of the School Reform and Change Initiative that acknowledges, in order to give these kids the best chance of succeeding, of taking advantage of all the skills and talents that they have, that we as a community of adults have to accept responsibility for all our in this community. We send them a single message. We have confidence in them, that we know that we can do this, and that'll be the message as we go out and reach out to parents this Saturday. Having said that, Dr. Mayo.
Thank you very much, Mayor, and let me also thank Willie C. Mewborn. Willie C. is the best barber in America.
Absolutely.
I'm sitting in a chair while Bill Dixon is not as often as I used to. But anyway, he is a great, great barber. Let me just say that, piggyback on what the mayor said relative to the lofty goals that we have. They're pretty big goals. We've got to close the achievement gap in 3 years. And that's big. That's hard work, a lot of hard work, okay? We got to do like 50% cut in the dropout rate. 5 years. And of course, we got to prepare our kids for college. Not that they just graduate, they've got to be prepared, and of course, find financial pieces that Pat is working very hard on over at that Promise office. I can't do it alone, teachers can't do it alone. We need the engagement of this entire community if we're going to succeed at that. And I'm just so happy to be living in New Haven at this particular time, because I see people now stepping up to the plate that I've never seen before to try to work with our young people, to help our young people. We've got some great partners. We've got the United Way, we've got Promise. We've got so many partners now. Some of the clergy, Reverend Kimball, Reverend Newton is not here today. Yes, he is here today. That are going to be joining us now with this effort, canvassing the neighborhood, showing young children that black African males care about them also. So I want to thank all of you for coming out. Any of you want to canvass and put a little miles on your leather shoes, like come out on Saturday?
We're here to really talk about our canvas that will be happening this Saturday. It's an opportunity for us to really get out and go to families and their children to really talk about New Haven Promise Scholarship. And that scholarship is a wonderful opportunity for our families to take advantage of their students going to college and making sure that, in fact, there is no barrier whatsoever for those students to go to college. So we send the message that if parents work hard with their student, there will not be any barriers for them to go to college. And so our purpose is to go to communities and to make sure that families know what those requirements are. There's a civic component, 40 hours of community service, which is a great way to connect our youth back to the city, make sure that they stay here. There's an attendance requirement, and once again, just really good, hard work, which is what's necessary for college success. So we just want to thank the community members here today, because in fact we cannot do it without you. And so we will be in the community making sure that we're talking to folks.
It's a wonderful event, and it really brings joy to my heart to see it. When the mayor and the superintendent asked the United Way to get involved with school reform, they said it really takes a community to reform the school system, and would you take a role in that? And we were glad to step up and do that. The United Way is involved with bringing in the support services from the community into all of the schools. We're bringing in mental health services, we're bringing in mentoring services, tutoring services, recreational services from all of the providers who are willingly participating in this. It's wonderful to see. The third part of school reform is clearly parent engagement, and boy, are we seeing that. The first canvas was an amazing event. This one's going to be just as great, and on the 13th of October we're going to do a third for Boost. So with the help of volunteers and the willing school district who looks towards facing outward, we really are going to make some major
join our colleagues who are a part of the educational system, Promise, Booth, and Dr. Mayo and the mayor in Parent University. This is certainly an important issue for our community, that African American men would get involved in the process of educating their children, being a part of the system, going to different activities, PTSO, and so we join you today because we feel as though this is a great opportunity for our community to get involved in the system and what education is doing for young kids in our community. So thank you so very much for the invitation, and we'll meet you on Saturday morning at Lincoln Bassett at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll have a complimentary breakfast, and then we will be able to hit. Who's paying for that breakfast?
Greater New Haven clergy. The Greater New Haven clergy is excited about this. We see a very promise in our community with us partnering with the Board of Education in New Haven to go into communities and encourage our black men to come out and be a part of their families and their education that's going on here. And I think it's a very positive thing that is happening, and we're all in it. The Greater New Haven clergy, we're in it 100% to back up the Board of Education, and we're saying let's go and let's get out there and let's.
If they don't know about it, they may be bashful and not want to ask a question that seems to put them in a light that, you know, isn't a positive light. So what we do is we go door to door, and we're able to answer those questions. And what we'll take with us is we'll take this information right here, which is a parent booklet and a parent kit. And in this booklet, it really tells you what you can be doing, 5 simple things that you can do with your child or your student to prepare to make sure that they have every possibility of qualifying for a Promise Scholarship. And that's really what it is. It's for us to go and meet parents, to get them comfortable, to see that we're a great resource and that we're going to be with them for every step of the journey.